Hello and welcome to this video. My name is, as you know, Hayden McLennan, and in this video I'm going to put the GTX 670 for the win edition head to head with the GTX 760 Gigabyte version. The GTX 760 for the win edition has a blower style cooler and is factory overclocked to 1006 MHz with a boost clock of 1084 MHz. It has 1344 CUDA cores with 2GB of GDDR5 VRAM clocked to 6208 MHz. This card consists of 2 DVI out, 1 HDMI out and 1 DisplayPort out. The GTX 760 Gigabyte version on the other hand has the Gigabyte WindForce cooler, the same outputs as the 670 for the win. It has 2GB of GDDR5 VRAM with a clock speed of 6008 MHz. The clock speed of this card is 1085 MHz with a boost of 1150 MHz, which means this card should theoretically be faster. The test bench for these benchmarks were my main computer with a Core i5-4570 at 3.2 to 3.4 GHz, 12GB of RAM, and a monitor at 1920 by 1200. All these tests were ran at 1920 by 1200. The Cinebech OpenGL score was to be expected with these cards scoring almost exactly the same. The Unigine benchmark on high presets was quite surprising with the GTX 760 for the win, winning over the 760 by about 5 frames per second, but this wasn't noticeable when I was running the benchmark. When I ran the Unigine on Ultra presets, both of the cards performed very well in this test, and the same story as the benchmark on the high. Both these cards scored only a few FPS lower than each other, but it was suited for like the Ultra, as in it was still lower, but these cards scored almost exactly the same on the FPS, just lower. The Grand Theft Auto 5 benchmark was quite surprising with the 670 for the win scoring a bit higher than the 760. I personally didn't notice the score difference because both of them were well over 60 frames per second. The GTA 5 benchmark was on high at 1920 by 1200. Both these cards are very good even today, with a reasonably challenging game like Grand Theft Auto 5 scoring well over 60 frames per second on a display higher than 1080p. The only issue I noticed with the GTX 670 for the win is it got really hot while running the Unigine benchmark. It was running at 80 to 83 degrees Celsius, while the GTX 760 was running at 60 to 63 degrees Celsius. But I was quite happy with the 760's performance, the only issue with it being quite long. So that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was really fun to make. If you did enjoy it, give it a like. That shows me and YouTube I'm doing a good job. If you didn't like it, leave a comment saying what I could improve for next time. Also visit my website, that's www.myplaceonyt.co.nz. Alright, thanks.